So this is part 2 of your plate number combined plate number 6 and 7, and for this I will be demonstrating on how you create the isometric view of your plate number 6. So basically you need these two views in order for you to create this two isometric view. Alright, so in order for you to start with this, observe these distances that I have indicated, uh, which is I can see here it will be 140 on the left and 55 on the right, and the starting point, which is this, I use this one as your starting point. It has a distance of 30 from your center horizontal, this center downward, so it's 30. Okay, to do that, of course you go to your AutoCAD. I will remove this one to demonstrate. So basically this is the view, so I will use the centering line, the center lines of our drawing area. Okay, the horizontal distance is 30. I'll offset this line 30, and then to the left is 140, 140, and then to the right is 55. Okay, so these are the two starting point of our isometric. So since this is isometric, you have to set your mouse cursor into isometric orientation. By the way, I will put this back to the original one, which is layer here and layer here. Alright, so but this time we need to use our guidelines. Alright, then to set, remember to set the isometric cursor, you go to tools and then drafting setting, grid and snap, you set into isometric snap, then press OK. So now you're ready to start with your isometric. So please take note, this is very important. Let me write down for my fast reference. We need all these dimensions in order for us to start with this line, our guideline. So in the inner part of our drawing, we need the dimension. You, you, you have to observe this in order for you not to be confused. So we have distance here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need those 6 distances. And what is that? 2 followed by 2, then 20, then 36. Those are important dimensions. And then 2, 9. Okay? Because we need that for our isometric ellipse. And then from the outer side, outer dimension, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6, only 6. 2, 2, 20, 36. Sorry, this is not. We need to look for this dimension here. So which is this one. I'm talking about this one. So that is 30 instead of 36, because 36 is the dimension outside. So we need this 30 instead of 36. We need it 30, and then followed by this line here, which is it is found here. So 12 and 12. Then this dimension, which I mentioned earlier, 9 and 9, we use it for this part. So just take note about that. 9 and 9. Then of course from here to here, the end, that will be one part, one part of line, so that is 61. So 61 and 18 is divided into 2, which is 9, 9, 9 and 9. Okay, so remember those dimensions. All right, so because we really need those dimension. So our starting point already established here. So the reason why I get those dimension is because I need to draw lines according to those dimensions. So we'll start it here. The first dimension that I got there is 2. I will enter 2. So 2 is being created, and another 2. Okay, and then next to second 2 is 20. So I'll draw 20. I will enter distance of 20. So 20 is there. Next to 20 is 30. 30, and then after 30 there are two 12s. 12, enter, and another 12. Okay, those are very important dimensions. So in order for you to easily identify the endpoints of those lines, change alternately the color of the lines. So just for your guide, okay? So for example, this one I will use uh, let's say green, whatever color you choose, just to identify uh, the the lines that we've created. So this the next one, I will make this green also, and then so this is the first 12, second 12, this is the 30, so 20 is here, and then we have two twos. Okay, first two, second two, 20, 30, and this one is 12, and this one is 12. All right, so we will use those endpoints of lines to create the isometric ellipse. Okay, so here the first next thing that you observe is the sizes of your ellipse. So the first ellipse here will be uh, of course two ellipse, one here which has a dimension of how much, this one from here to here, so the dimension of that is this one, and the radius of this is 34. All right, so first 34, and then the inner part, which is this one, we have 40 here, so meaning radius is 20. So we need 20 and 34. So to do that, okay, you have to change the cursor of your mouse by Control E so that it will turn. So we need this orientation of our ellipse. Then use the command ellipse, and then I use iso circle I, then enter the center, and then your radius. So we have one radius of how much? 34, and another is 20. So first we'll go use 34, and then enter again, iso circle I, don't forget to type I always, then we have the radius of 20. So that is the first part. Okay, so this, we have one line, and for this 40 radius we need how many? One here, another one here, one here, and one here. So we need four of those. One, two, three, four. That is the reason why we located those points, because we can copy this to make it faster. So use command copy, enter, use this as your starting point, and then copy it here, and then the next one you need to copy here. Okay, So next, we need to create these two. So our radius now becomes 20 plus 2. So 22. And the location of this two ellipse will be here and here. So which is, where is that? Here and here. So what is our radius? Isometric ellipse. Isocircle I, and then we will start from here. Our radius will be 22. Enter. And then we need to copy that. This one, copy, enter. So from here, you'll copy it here. Alright? So it's become, oh, little by little become complicated. So we've created this, and this. We will proceed to this. Alright? So we need two circles, this one and here, because that part will form part also here. So the radius of this line is, where we get that one, here, 3 plus 13. 13 plus 3, okay? So 16. Our radius for this is 16. And where is that? Distance of that is here. So 2, 2, and 20. So between 20 and 30 lines, guideline, we have 16 radius. So our 20 line is here, and our 30 is this one. So we will start our ellipse here. This is the center. So isometric ellipse again, and then isocircle I, center, enter the radius which is 16, enter. Okay, so where is that? This one. So copy to put it here. Copy. Make sure always that the base point of your command is correct. So I always use zoom in, and then I will copy it here. Okay, so that's the next part. So we've done this, we need to this small part. Smaller part is we have 13 radius, and we need two isometric ellipse here and here. Okay, so that is the distance between our 20 and the two 12 here. So remember that radius is 13. Alright, so that radius will be from here or here and here. So again, isometric ellipse, isocircle, center, and then radius is 13. Okay, copy, center point, and then copy it here. Alright, so it's getting in shape. So we've done this, and then we need these two, one here and one here. And the radius of that is 13 to plus 12. And how much is that? So total of that radius is 28. Okay? So we need two isocircle, this part and this part. And where is that? Here and here. So radius is 28. Isocircle again, enter I, and then center. Radius is 28, and then another 28. You just use copy here and put it here. Okay, so those are the things that we need for the inner part. So now we will go to this portion. We need the first isocircle here, or ellipse. We need it here. Okay, and the distance of that from here to here is, you can find it here, 61. Okay, And where is that location? We have not established this distance, the 9 and 9, because that is the outer part. So remember, our line should be 9 from here, 9 and 9, but this is 12. Okay, we will create that line as our guide. I will change the orientation of my cursor first. So I will use this one, 9 and another 9. Okay, so where is that line? One is here and another is somewhere here, but it is overlapping. So if it will be difficult for you, you can create a different uh, line somewhere here, and then use the length 9 and then cross it here and then another 9, so that you can use the intersection. So I will remove the first line that I've drawn, and I made one here. Let me delete that somewhere. I think somewhere here. It's not appearing. So let me double check if it is still there. Okay, I think that's the one. Okay, so instead of overlapping another line here, I use this one, 9 and 9, meaning we need this intersection and this one. So we can remove this one because that's our guide only. So remember, we use this intersection and this one. So for the second one of this ellipse, it will be here. So meaning we can copy this one. Okay, copy. You will copy it here, your intersection here. Alright, okay, so this one and this one are the same radius. Alright, so and this one is the bigger one, which is similar to this. So we need two ellipse out there and this one. And the radius of that is half of 120, which is 60. So we'll create at the end of our guideline here with a radius of 60. So where is that? It is here, and another one is here. So I will use again the ellipse command. Ellipse, sorry. Okay, eyes, sorry. We'll change the cursor orientation. Okay, so isocircle I, and then center. Radius is 60. Enter, and then we will copy that. Copy here, and another one is here. Okay, so those are the ellipse that we need. So we still have more. We have 1, 2, and then 3, 4. We need 4 more. So to locate that, we need to locate the center of our circle here, or ellipse. So which is this one. So remember that you created this one in your front view. This I've given the dimension of 50. So we will need that. As you can see here, I use this guideline. So the radius of that is 50, as I said. So we need to make a guideline. So we will use this intersection again by using the command ellipse, isocircle, and then enter the radius 50. Okay, so that will be the center of these 6 holes of your object. So in order to identify easily, use that as phantom line. Okay, because that's only the guide, it's not part of the object. You can change the scale to make it more visible as phantom line. Okay, so now how to locate those circles, small circles here or ellipse. So using the dimension here that I've given, so from top you use 10. So where is that top? From the center you can draw a guideline here going vertical. So start your line from here, go down by 10, which is already the center, the intersection of that line. See, my line is exactly there, that is the 10. So that is the center mark of our ellipse here. So I can remove this guideline first so that the line is visible. And then distance of this is 25. So we will go down by 25 and then draw a line so that we can locate this one. Okay, so from here I can draw a line length of 25, and then I can go left. So the intersection of this is the center of our ellipse here. So the same thing, you can extend by dragging your mouse, you can extend this line, and then this will be the center of the next or the other ellipse. So to go down below to locate the tree, of course, this one you can extend this down. Okay, so the intersection of this phantom line and this vertical line will be the center of the ellipse. Okay, so uh, next is to locate the other two here and here. So using the intersection here, that's the difficult part, to locate that marker for your intersection. So better make this, because it cannot easily locate the intersection because of the broken line, of the phantom line. So instead of making it phantom line, maybe you can keep it as uh, a continuous line, but instead change the color uh, for your easy identification. Let's say we use this green again. So now I can use this intersection freely, and then I will draw 25 similar to the upper one. So length of the line is 25. I will enter 25, and then I can draw line left or right. So I will extend this to the other side, so I can locate the intersections already. So I can remove this one with, I don't need this because I have already created the endpoint of my line here. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those are the intersections or the center of our ellipse. So now we can create the ellipse based on this dimension. So radius of those two, one is 4 and another one is 7. So using this as our starting part, okay, I will use isocircle still, and then enter radius of 4, and the other one isocircle, the other one is 7. So these are the two uh, ellipse that we need for the holes. And of course, as you can see here, there is a part that you can still see inside uh, the bigger ellipse, because why is that the appearance is like that? Because the inner part goes in by 9 units or 9 mm. Okay, so meaning this ellipse will go inside by 9. So how to do that? create a line, change the cursor of your mouse. Okay, create a line length of 9, enter, and another 9 for the other part, which is also 9. So where did I get this lengths? Actually, this is the length, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, because we don't need it here in the center, we need it here. So I can color that. One is green and one is gray. Okay, so since we don't need it here, we will move it inside. Move, and then we will put it here. So like that. Which later on, again, if you remember, I mentioned that we need four of those. Two, one, and two, and another two is here, the smaller one. So meaning we can just copy these two sizes. So this one, we can copy this from here to here. So that's the pair of this, and then another one pair to be here. So this you'll just copy and put it here. All right. So the reason why I make it complete, because in your isometric here you cannot see it, but here you can. So that's the reason why I complete all those four ellipse. So here you don't need it, but below you need it. So all you need to do is copy the upper part and then copy it below. So I can copy this four ellipse, copy, and then use this as our center, and then bring it here, copy, and then enter. Okay, so but for the rest, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you just copy this one and this. Okay, so copy, use your center, and then copy it here, and then another one is here, copy, and one here below, copy, and the last one, copy here, which actually you can delete this later because it cannot be seen. It will be uh, hide by the solid part of your isometric. Okay, so now you will be connecting the dots to in order for you to complete. So how to do that? Use command line like this one here. Look for the quadrant of your ellipse, click, and then connect. Here also the same, here and here. Why is that the diamond mark is highlighting if I press the command line? So make sure that when you set your object snap, remember drafting setting, object snap, where is that quadrant? I put a check mark in the quadrant box. So that's why it is being highlighted when I go to the quadrant of that ellipse. So I'll go back to line again, connect this one and this one. So your lines is being locked to 30 degrees. And where else? Some of those lines cannot be seen because it is in the inner side or inner part of your object. Okay, so it's being complicated now, since we are starting to edit those lines, and and we will trim those unwanted and even delete some. Before you do that, highlight all this. Okay, highlight and then copy, copy, use your center and then copy it here. You will use this one for your sectional isometric, and for this one now all you need to do is just change the color of your lines. So because we use guidelines, now we will change this into object outline. Okay, so now instead of going there, you can click you can use uh, match properties, which is the icon is this one. Click and then click this one, original one, copy with the other one, and then this one we need this one as the outline also, and even this line, this line, this line, and straight line here, and that one. So those are the visible part of our object. So this one I will bring this back to gray, which is our layer, and then I'll bring back this to phantom line because that is our guide only. And even this one we can change this into center line. Okay, so that you will identify that those are just our guide. Green, another one green here, and for the gray color we'll change that to center. Okay, and match properties, gray color, and this one. So better we will change this one because I already changed some of properties here. So again I will make copy here and put it here. Okay, so now I can start trimming my lines. So by the way, before I do that, I can change some properties. This one I need this as our object outline. Even these two here also, and then this two we don't need this. We will delete that later. Okay. So for this isometric, this two small ellipse, we don't need this. The only visible part is this two. So even this one I will delete this one. So that's the reason why I copied here, because some of the ellipse here we don't need it, but there we need it. So here uh, which ellipse form part of our object which is visible, copy the properties. These two we need this. Even we can highlight all this. We can just delete those parts that are not visible. So as you can see here, I trimmed already some parts of the ellipse here, and then there are two visible ellipse that can be seen from this uh, ellipse and the outer part of our object. So where are those ellipse? So these two are visible. So we can use, or we can change the properties into object outline. And then where is that ellipse in the which is found in the outermost? This is the one. So if you trim this to reduce the uh, complication of lines in our object, we can start trimming. So we will leave this part here. So use the trim command. I can use this line and then remove this, and some of the part of ellipse here we don't need this also, because this is the outer part ellipse. This is the ellipse that we can use to trim those ellipse here. So again, trim command, click this one and trim all this. You don't need it. Okay, so it's beginning to clear. And then we have groove here. We will just compare here. So 1 2, this one and this one with 5 distances. Only this one has portion that can be visible. This is the inner ellipse, which in your section elevation or sectional view, this part. Okay, so here all you need to do is just trim again. This one, you don't need this, you can totally delete. And then this is the one which I'm referring to, which is partially seen with this groove. So all you need to do is just trim this down. This portion here, you cannot see it anymore, so use this ellipse, part of the ellipse, as your guide to trim. Use trim command, enter, and where is that line? This one. Click, enter, and then trim this part and this one. So the front surface of our object is already complete. And as I said earlier, these two are hidden. We can delete that one. And these two, since it is hidden partly by this line, we can use this line, trim, trim. And this one, you cannot see partly, but only this. So use trim again, use this, and remove this. Okay, same process with this 4. Trim, use this, and trim, trim also, remove this, trim, remove this, trim, remove this. So the bigger part, we don't use this part, so half of this only can be seen. So that's the purpose of this line. Use this line, click, click, enter, and then remove this. So the outer part of this is being completed. All we need to do is to clear this area. So this one, we also don't need part of this. So hidden by this portion, we can delete this area or this part of the ellipse using this line and this line. Enter, remove this one. Okay, and then this as well, half of this we cannot see it because it's hidden. Trim, use this line and this line, remove this. And then obviously we don't need this, delete. We don't need this, delete. We don't need this, delete, delete. Okay, so how is it? It's completed already. So all you need to do is remove this. This is our guide for our centering, starting point earlier. And even this one we can remove. Even this one we can remove to clear our drawing area. This one we can remove. Okay, so your object now is similar to what I have created here. Okay, so either you can keep this one here or you can remove this one because it's not part of our object. Okay, so done. Even this one we can remove this. Okay, we remove this, remove this. This one we can keep. That is our main guideline. Okay, so here we need to cut half of this in order for us to present like this one. Okay, how to do that? You need the centering of our object. Change the cursor, and then this one, or you can just drag your mouse, bring this up. So our cutting plane is this one. Okay, so that's the reason why we copy this one, because like this one here, we trim portion of the ellipse here, but here we need some of those which we trimmed or deleted here. So again, we need to change the properties of the object. We'll use the object outline. We can make this all blue. Even this one we will make it blue. Everything that you uh, like considered as part of our drawing, you change the properties. Okay, this one change. This one definitely you cannot see it here, so totally this is not considered as part there. All right, so these two small ellipse, now we need it, unlike here we remove it. So part of our center that I created is already established, which is this one. So meaning our cut line is from here. All right, so I will change the cursor again, orientation, like that. Okay, so I need to draw a line, which is this one. Basically it intersect here. When you zoom in, what is this? We'll check. This is to locate the center of this small ellipse. We can remove this so that it will not see the intersection of this, and this is here, not here. So to make it sure that our intersection is correct, we will remove this one. Anyway, you can still locate the center of this later. Okay, so intersection of this is here, so I can draw a line here. So vertical line, control E, vertical line. um, okay, so slowly by slowly we can form the object. So we will start actually from this point. Where is that intersection? So just follow what I'm doing. So this is the intersection. You draw uh, horizontal line or 30 degrees line, and then intersection, look for the pair of this ellipse. So where is that? This and this. And because we need to create this, I will show you the finished. We need to create this portion. All right. Okay, I discover something. This one we don't need this. So here we need to create that or similar to that. And where is that? Pair of these will be here and another one is here. So we need to draw a line which is the distance of that is 2, or the length is 2. Where did I get that 2? It is here. It goes down by 2 and then it goes to the right by 2 also. Okay, so I go down 2 already and then I go to the right. I'll enter 2 and then I'll go up. This will be the intersection. Okay, so we don't need this line. I will use command trim, enter. So after this line we don't need this already. Okay, so we can trim that, but the problem is that if we trim that one, it will trim up to here. So we need to draw another line above here from this intersection. Line, we need to go to the right by 2. So intersection is there. I go up by 2 intersection is there, and then another 2 intersection there, and then I'll go down by 2, and of course I'll go to the right, which has a connecting portion there later on. Let me stop here first, because I am showing you this one, right? And then it will go there. So we need to look for that ellipse, other ellipse, in order for us to stop and go down. Okay? So, and where is that? Based on our ellipse here, if I go to the right, where is that ellipse? It seems that we haven't drawn that ellipse. We need to find it. Where is it? I'm looking for this ellipse. Sorry, this one ellipse here above, which is similar in size to this one. Okay, so distance is 20, 2 and 2, 4. So where is that? 2, 2 and 24. So the distance is here. So it seems that we need to have another ellipse there. Let me check later. We will do it step by step. So we will just establish this line first, and then later on we can delete. Okay, so that's the other one. This one will make it longer. There. Okay, so now we can delete half of this part here because we already established the cutting line. So trim, I use this line, and the outer part here I will use that, and then this one trim, remove this, and even this one I will remove this, and this one as well. Sorry, use the vertical line, remove. Okay, so this one, the remaining part, we can also delete using this trim command, enter. Okay, so this one is the inner part, which we don't, where is that? This one. So partly it is visible here. It's like this one is a groove actually. So follow that line. Where is it? Intersect. So this one is still visible up to this point. So we can trim that upper part which is hidden already. So trim, enter. So you see that there is no line here anymore because we cannot see it. This one, totally we cannot see it. It is hidden. So we can just delete that. Delete. Okay, and this one, it is visible on this part, but it will be hidden in this part, and again it will be visible on this area. So how to trim? Use this line and this line to remove this hidden part. So trim, trim, sorry, trim, and another one here, trim, enter, and then remove this. Okay, so another line or part of the ellipse, this one you cannot see it, partly hidden, so use this part of the ellipse to trim this hidden part. So use trim, use this as cutting plane line, enter, and remove. Alright, so this part is done. So we will use, or we will change the properties of this line to object outline. This one and this one. Alright, so where we'll go next? This one is trim. We will trim also that this part we don't need this, as our cutting line is this one. So trim, click, and remove this one. We don't need this one also. So I think we can remove this now, and then we will use line to connect, line here and another line here, and then use change the properties. Alright, so we need a pair of this there, so we'll use line and this one. So part of this or pair of this is this one, so meaning the half of this, which is part of our cutting plane, is the intersection here. So we will we'll use line here to draw. Okay, temporarily or initial, we'll just use that line. Okay, so I was looking for the line earlier, which is a pair of this. Where is that intersection? So which is, I'm looking about this portion. So where is that? To make sure, I will use this one as reference. See, I can locate it now here. So I can remove this one. So intersection, it will be here, and then I can bring it down, and then I will trim this. So another intersection is here, and then there will be a pair of that here. I can trim this out. I don't need half of the ellipse. Okay, so another one here, and line, I need it there. So this one I can trim also, and I can use this or change the properties. Okay, so this line, the same ellipse size of this is this one, right? So pair of this will be, the intersection is here, so we can use this intersection line or intersection point, then draw a vertical line, and it will intersect here. So use that also as your cutting line, and then draw another line. So pair of this is this one, so intersection of that is here, and that will be your uh, cutting portion. So but first we will complete this one. Trim, I will trim this half of this ellipse. Okay, and then of course I will just connect this portion here and trim, change properties. We will make this blue as our object outline. Okay, and even this one we'll use another line here. Okay, and this portion, after this line, you cannot see it, so we will trim, remove this and remove this, and even here we don't need this one. Trim, remove this and this. So we are beginning to shape our sectional isometric. I will change that property to this, like that. Okay, so this one we will remove part of this because we cannot see it behind. So I can use this line and this line to remove, and even this back part also so that the view is not so complicated anymore. And even this one partly are hidden, we will trim this one. So instead, like this one here, we trim at this portion, but this one now, uh, it will be cut into half. So part of this will be cut here. So we will trim it later. We will cut it into half, the bigger part, so that we can connect somewhere here later. So center of this being established is this one. So all you need to do is draw a 30 degrees line here. So this one we can continue this down. As you can see, it will connect to the intersection. So this line now, we can cut this up to here. Okay, so here also we can connect it directly downward. So this one has a pair. I already uh, removed part of this, which should not, because the continuation is up to here. So anyway, I can draw another line by using mirror. Okay, but there are two part. They have, I mean, it's not a complete ellipse anymore. So better I will use an ellipse. Accidentally, I trim it instead of keeping it there. I will change the cursor first. Okay, I will use ISO circle, and then I redraw again because I accidentally trim it. So dimension, I mean radius of that is 60, and then I will change the properties. Okay, so it's there already. So now I'll go back to the one I left. This one will go down up to here as our cutting plane. So this portion now, this one is obviously we can trim this out. Use trim the center or the cutting line. We remove this one, and also this one. This is the cutting line. So that's the this is the one which supposed to delete, not the one earlier. And then we can connect these two endpoints. So that will be the edge of our object as per the cutting line. Also here, I will make it a little faster because the video is a little longer now. So we are beginning to shape, and this one is the inner uh, opening or holes, which is this one. So we can connect this by uh, establishing this line. So another line, sorry, I will change the cursor. So we need to pair this to here. Intersection of that is this one. Alright, I'm talking about this one. So then it will go down to the smaller hole. So meaning we will draw a line from this intersection, go down. So see intersection there. So we will remove half of this one, and even this one we can remove this already. Okay, so uh, so part, I mean pair of this below is this one. So just draw a line here, and then it will go up and connect to the intersection here. Then this one we can remove the extra lines there, remove. And this one we can trim. This one we don't need this. Our cutting plane is this, or our cutting line, so I'll use this one as our trim line. Enter. And then of course obviously we don't need this also here somewhere in the middle. uh, we need only down and up. So I will trim this using this line and this line, sorry, this line. So one and one here. Remove this line, we only need from here up to here. Okay, so where are we now? I'll copy this one first so that we have a guide here to follow the spaces. Okay, so obviously we are establishing this part. If you locate it here or put it here, something like that, we are establishing that surface here. So we are beginning to shape that uh, thing. So like this one here, left is this to cut this ellipse, and then here obviously we already formed that shape, and even below we just change the object color or layer. So I'll remove this one. I will change the properties first so that it will be easily identified. Okay, this one. So I'm beginning to trimming the objects. So here, this one we don't need this one. Okay, and even this one, we'll trim it here. Okay, so this one we don't need this also. Sorry, I removed the other one. Not that one. This one is still there. Okay, and this one there is no part here, so I will remove this and here. So we already shaped out this one. We don't need this part of this here, and this one I'll remove. Okay, what's next? This part of this we also don't need, so here it is hidden. We can use this and this to trim out like that. And then where is, so from here up to there we don't need it, so I will use this line to trim, enter, remove, so it's not there anymore. And this one, half of this we don't need. In fact, we only need it from here, so I will trim this one here and remove this. Alright, so it's beginning to clear up the lines which we don't need it. This one here we also don't need, so to trim that I can use this line like that. And then these three lines I will change the properties. Okay, so we completed already this portion. And this line here, okay, this ellipse, since in this area it is hidden, so we will trim that one with this line, trim, remove that one. Okay, this one we can only see this line up to here, from here to here, and then from here to there. So this portion from here to here we need to trim, this one and this one, trim. Okay, so this one we don't need this actually anymore. I can remove it. And this also extra line here, I can trim it out. So even this one we can trim it out. We'll change the properties, change, and then I'll trim it here. Okay, so this we don't need this, and even this we don't need. This one partly we just trim, that will still be there, and this one we don't need, remove. This one extra line we trim out like that. Okay, so this part we cannot see it anymore, so we can just remove it. All right, so all you can see here now are the final part of our object. So only these two areas that we need to trim out in order to complete our isometric or sectional isometric. So in order to do that, by the way, there is an extra line here that I've seen. I can trim that out. Okay, so in order to do that, since it is we need half of this only, I can trim this out, and then of course this one. So that's the way it looks. And then I will just draw a 30 degrees line, and also here, and connect the intersection here like that. So half of that we cannot see, or I can remove that, and even here. So this one I can change this into object outline, and then I can trim it out. Okay, this portion we don't need, I can use this to trim out like that. Okay, this part it's hidden, I can trim that part with this line, enter, remove. So now we will just connect the smaller ellipse to the other ellipse. So I'll draw a 30 degrees line to there, and this one also there. Intersection is that one. So we don't need half of that, the ellipse. We'll remove this one, and then of course extra lines we'll remove, and this portion here we don't need it, remove, and part of this we don't need, I can trim that out with this, enter. So after that I will just change the properties, and we're done. Okay, so upper part is done. We go to the lower part. So half of this we don't need, I can trim. Then this one I'll use 30 degrees line, and intersection I'll just connect. Half of this we don't need, extra lines we don't need, and portion in the middle we don't need. This portion we don't see, remove, and connect again with 30 degrees line to that portion there. There's something wrong with this line, which is not in the right place. It should be here. Probably when we copy earlier, it's not on the right position. Okay, so just double check. Intersection must always meet each other. So we don't need half of the ellipse, and then this portion we don't need, use this, we remove this, and this part we don't see it, so we will remove like that. Okay, so this one also we don't need, trim and remove, then change the properties like that. Okay, so we are done already. And this one we used that earlier as our guide, we can remove that, and even this one we use that for the location of the smaller ellipse. Okay, so as you can see, we have already the same, exactly the same shape with this one. All is left is this hats. So using hats command, again using the same properties, hats, still my setup is still there. So scale is 15. All I need to do is just click pick points, and then I will highlight the areas which I want to hatch. So this part, and then this part here. As you can see, it's not being highlighted all because of this line. Okay, so you can click each time you highlight the area. So portions, small portion here, like that. And then below we have here, see, when I click this one, it will highlight also, it's highlighting also this portion, meaning there are open part of our object which uh, the edges are not closed. So now it's okay. Okay, so this one now being highlighted. If I press enter, it will highlight some other area. You see, it's incorrect. So if it happens, just redo. Okay, I will redo, and you can do it portion by portion. So I'll redo again. Hatch, add point, pick points. So here is correct, 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 correct. Sometimes if it's too many, the memory of uh, because it depends on your computer. So instead of proceeding to the other part, I will just press enter. See, some portion are not hatched, so you can redo it again, like highlighting and enter. So it is done, the upper part. So then you can proceed with the lower one, hatch, pick point. So like this one here, you can do it part by part. Enter and then do this part. So something wrong in this area because it is being highlighted. Probably we have some open boundaries here because it's not supposed to happen that way. I'm not really sure if where is that because it doesn't appear. All our intersections are correct. So anyway, we'll try again. This one is done. Only this portion, hatch, that is the last part of our uh, see, even here also. Better we will remove this one first. This is our guide only. I will move this one from here to here. I think that's the reason why the hatch is not working properly even here. So let me check again. Hatch, pick points. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so here also it's being removed because I deleted it. So here and one here, here, and portion, small portion here, and enter. That's it. So then as your guideline, just put it back there like that. Okay, so it's done. So it's more than an hour to create this one. That's the reason why I made it all together as your plate 6 and 7. So it will take time for you to create this. That's why. Alright, so that's all for your plate number 6 and 7. So you can do it all together at once because portion of your plate number 6 is your reference to create this plate number 7. Okay, so you will be doing this for the whole week, and let me know if you have some clarifications by sending a message. All right, thank you.